for Upper Michigan, David Pfaff, Carl Bonek. This is your Fox UP News in prime time.
A massive structure fire in Negaunee Township tonight. Firefighters were called to a home located at 142 Keyville Road around 8:30 tonight. The home was fully engulfed when crews arrived on scene. Smoke from the fire could be seen from US 41. Firefighters are still on scene. There's no word yet if anyone was inside when the blaze started or what caused it. We'll pass along any new information as it becomes available. A 36-year-old Lake Linden man was arrested Thursday for operating while intoxicated and fleeing the scene of an accident. According to Hancock Police, David Darrell Duquette Jr. lost control of his vehicle and crashed into the wall of an occupied bedroom. The home's resident, Steve Lancour, was sleeping at the time but was not hurt. Lancour said he could hear the car coming, but before he could move, it was too late. The home and the truck parked outside did receive extensive damage. Police say they're still getting estimates on the costs. A close call for the owners of a home at the corner of Fisher and Champion Street in Marquette. A car nearly crashed into the side of their house. It happened around 5 o'clock this afternoon. Marquette police say the driver of a Subaru Outback suffered some sort of medical event and lost control of his vehicle. It then ran over a bush just before reaching the side of the home. Witnesses told police it appeared the driver may have been attempting to make a multi-point turn in the intersection. The driver has been transported to Marquette General Hospital for treatment. The accident remains under investigation. The name of a Sawyer man killed in yesterday's crash on M553 has been released. Police say 26-year-old Allie Stark was pronounced dead at the scene after he lost control of his vehicle and collided with a garbage truck. His 6-month-old infant daughter, River Stark, was in the back seat. The Sheriff's Department is not releasing her condition at the request of the family. The name of a Niagara woman killed in an accident yesterday has been released. Police say 61-year-old Dawn C. Marcino was traveling northbound when she lost control of her car, crossed the center line, turned sideways, and was struck by another vehicle. The driver of the other vehicle was 30-year-old Marco Mesenjak of Chicago. Police say he's in stable condition after being treated at Dickinson County Memorial Hospital in Iron Mountain. Authorities say icy road conditions contributed to the crash. This marks the 14th traffic fatality for 2011 in Marinette County. Switching gears a bit, the Russian Red Stars are in Marquette this weekend for a stop on their international tour in the U.S. Fox UP News reporter Gabriella DeLuca took a trip to the Berry Event Center and sat in on their practice.
The all-star Russian junior hockey team is traveling the U.S., playing college and junior league teams. This is the second time the team has traveled to North America to face some of the best college competition the continent has to offer.
We got our own strategies, so we play as our coach says. We play more aggressive hockey to try to adapt some skills of the U.S. guy.
There are over 2,000 players that play in the 51-team Russian League, which is in its third year of existence. The skaters who were selected to tour internationally are considered the best 25 junior players in any of the Russian Amateur Hockey League. In fact, 2 of the Russian players are expected to be the first selections in this spring's NHL draft.
This is the first time the Russian Red Stars have ever been to NMU, and I talked to one of the players, and he said one of the biggest difference between European hockey and American hockey is the style of play.
Probably style of hockey. They play in the more aggressive physical hockey. We play in more technique. We got like skilled guy, so that's the main difference. And the rink is like smaller over here than in Russia.
The Russian team started their international tour in North Dakota, and after the NMU game, they're traveling to the University of Notre Dame and finally the University of Massachusetts Lowell before heading back home. Gabriella DeLuca, Fox UP News, Marquette.
The new year is almost here, and Hereford and Hop Steakhouse and Brew Pub in Escanaba is hosting New Year's festivities that include a champagne toast at midnight. They'll kick things off tomorrow night with a performance by Marquette band Slave to Gravity. They'll play from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. Some of the special New Year's Eve dishes include a sirloin for 2 for $49.95, stuffed shrimp, and a prime rib dinner. Organizers expect a good turnout and say people should make a reservation if they want to get a table.
8 p.m. we're usually like slowing down. Our dinner rush is usually from around 6 to 7:30, 8 o'clock. So by 8 o'clock, everybody's going to start settling down and stuff and getting more into the party.
The party at Hereford and Hops is expected to wind down between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. on Sunday. And in Marquette on New Year's Eve, Doug Garrison will be hosting a special edition of the Doug Garrison Show here on Fox UP. Doug has a preview of what to watch for Saturday night.
Well, we're down here at the Landmark tonight. We're kind of making all our last-minute checks for our big show, which is Saturday night, New Year's Eve Live with Doug Garrison. And it's going to be right here at the Landmark Inn, beautiful downtown Marquette. It's a great setting. As you can see that it's not quite packed tonight, but it will be come Saturday night. There's going to be a swing band here, Superior Swing. People will be enjoying the evening, dancing, mingling with their friends, ready to welcome in the new year. The show is also going to include some conversations that I'm going to have with local community citizens. One of the things we're doing is kind of featuring the Marquette County United Way and the Marquette County Community Foundation, two of our very important agencies, and we wanted to take the time to help focus on some of the things that they do for this community. So we're going to meet some of the people that have benefited from both those agencies. We're also going to, of course, cover the live ball drop. You know, not too many communities around this country do a ball drop on New Year's Eve. There's New York City and, as far as we know, Marquette. And we're going to have your own Fox UP reporter, Gabriella DeLuca, is going to be our person on the street covering the ball drop. She's really excited about that. This is going to be her first year for the Marquette ball drop, so she's pumped up. And then we're going to come back here and kind of find a new way to welcome in the new year 2012. So we're going to start at 11 p.m. Saturday night and go till 12:30 a.m. Make sure everybody in your family is ready at their TV sets. Grandpas, grandmas, kids, get them up for it. If you have to take a nap sometime in the afternoon, go ahead. I might do that myself, but I want to be ready for this one. Again, right here on Fox UP, 11 p.m. Saturday night, New Year's Eve Live. So make sure you join us for that.
A benefit run will be held for Amy Roberts tomorrow morning in Laurium. Roberts was running on Shannon Avenue near Military Road in Houghton when a vehicle driven by an 80-year-old man hit her. She's in critical condition at Marquette General, but friends and family say they've seen progress. Roberts worked at Aspirus Keweenaw as a physical therapist assistant, and those close to her decided to host the run like the Finn 5K benefit. Hundreds of participants are expected in support of this event. Registration begins tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. at the Irish Times restaurant. There will also be a raffle and silent auction. All proceeds will go to a fund set up at the MTU Credit Union in Houghton to help support the family. Well, they may be young, but they're making a difference that's bigger than they were even hoping for. The Youth Advisory Committee, or YAC, of the Marquette County Foundation raised about $1,400 for the Marquette County YMCA Endowment Fund. They'll also be matching the first $1,000 they raised with their own funds and contributing about $1,200 in total. They say the work was hard, but important to support such a valuable part of the community.
I think the Y is a pretty big thing with the community. I think that it has more of an impact than some people realize.
Next on their list, the YAC will volunteer their time helping out the Junior Nokamanon race in January. In our Daily Pulse question, we'd like to know what you think about raising the minimum wage. On New Year's Day, 8 states will raise the minimum wage anywhere between 28 and 37 cents per hour. Workers are getting the increase because of state laws that require minimum wage to keep pace with inflation. So tonight, the Daily Pulse, we're asking, would you support efforts to raise the minimum wage? To share your thoughts with us, visit our website, uppermichigansource.com, and vote in the Daily Pulse. We'll have the results of tonight's question later in our newscast. Coming up tonight on Fox UP News, new regulations from the Transportation Department will change the way charges from airlines appear on your bill. Find out how. And GOP presidential candidates have just 4 days left before the Iowa caucuses. The latest on the race next.
Well, yesterday was definitely a significant snow event for several portions of the UP. We have some of your snow totals from yesterday. The Copper Harbor area definitely got some of the most snowfall, about 6 inches being reported from one of our weather watchers over there. things definitely were a little bit lighter on some of the central portions. Eastern counties like Schoolcraft County definitely got hit a little bit the hardest. Your almanac for today, however, revealed yet another above-average temperature day. 30 degrees was the official high, normal being 23. 7 degrees above average. Low, however, was just about right on track. And we have a few more warmer than average days ahead of us before we enter the new year. But I have plenty more details on your New Year's Day forecast coming up.
It's time to move.
Airlines won't be able to bury additional fees and taxes in the fine print beginning next month. New regulations from the Transportation Department require airlines to include all mandatory taxes and fees in advertised fares. Until now, the department has allowed airlines and travel agencies to list government-imposed fees separately. That can add up to 20% or more to a ticket's price. The advertising rule will go into effect January 26th. Southwest Airlines and Spirit Airlines have filed appeals to have the rule overturned, arguing that it violates commercial free speech rights. GOP presidential candidates have just 4 days left before the Iowa caucuses. Fox News correspondent Jennifer Davis is the latest on the race and what candidates are doing to reach undecided voters.
You don't do what you're supposed to do on Tuesday for Mitt Romney? I will be back. Jersey style, people.
New Jersey's governor brings his humor and powerhouse reputation to Iowa, hoping to give a boost to the man he says should be the Republican Party's nominee. While Chris Christie trumpets Romney's credentials, Romney targeted rival Ron Paul, who's nipping at his heels in most polls.
I don't think Ron Paul represents the mainstream.
But Paul's got plenty of voter support. That was evident at an afternoon town hall.
I think it's time to come home from Afghanistan.
Newt Gingrich has taken a pounding in the polls, in part, many say, because of negative ads highlighting his personal life and 3 marriages. At an event with Iowa moms, he teared up when asked a question about his family.
See how you become emotional.
Later, he insisted neither he nor his campaign are giving up.
If, on the other hand, you're fed up with the people in Washington who've made a mess of it, then I think I'm a better candidate.
And Rick Santorum is picking up momentum at exactly the right time. And if evangelical Christians coalesce around him even more, some say he could see an even bigger boost in these final days.
It would not surprise me, though, if he wins. I always said in this caucus environment, Iowa will break late and it will break fast. I've never seen an environment like this.
Even though candidates have been campaigning in Iowa for weeks, analysts say this race remains up in the air because there are still so many undecided voters. In Washington, Jennifer Davis, Fox News.
Voters in several states will need to bring along a photo ID to the polls in 2012. More than a dozen states are set to enact a new law that requires people to show a photo ID to cast a vote. At the beginning of 2011, 27 states did not have this rule in place. It has met challenges in some states like South Carolina. The Department of Justice says it could be discriminatory against minorities in violation of the Voting Rights Act. The NAACP has also challenged the legislation. We told you last night that Verizon was ready to implement an online bill pay fee. Well, today Verizon announced they've ditched that plan to charge $2 for some bill payments. The plan angered many customers, and even the FCC expressed concerns. Verizon released a statement saying it was eliminating the planned convenience charge based on customer feedback. The fee would have hit people who make a one-time bill payment online or by phone.
Here's a look at what's going on around us right now. Low pressure system off to our south. That's been bringing a good deal of precipitation down there. Thankfully, things have been pretty calm around our area today. Nothing but just mainly some strong cloud cover. But it's a different story for this weekend. I have plenty more details about how much snow we can see this Sunday in just a bit. Here's a look at what's going on around temperature-wise for the UP. Things are a little bit mild right now. Warmer spots like 28 degrees in Menominee, 28 in Lansing, 29 right now in Marquette, However, all the way down as low as 18 over in Iron River, but also 29 in Ontonagon. Local radar and satellite showing mostly cloudy skies, definitely a few patches of some clearing skies, particularly around the north along Lake Superior and a little bit down in the southwest. Nationally speaking, not much going on today other than this little patch of some precipitation, rain, and a little bit of a rain that's been dumped that passed us by, mainly bringing rain all kinds of different down to our south. We've had mostly calm day today, just a few passing clouds. Saturday's forecast for tomorrow should also see relatively mild and calm conditions. However, Saturday night is when things really start to get interesting. This low pressure system off to our west is still building up and is going to be moving closer and should bring a good deal of snowfall into our area, but not until late Saturday night into all day of Sunday. We'll see a lot of windy conditions, enough snow and wind, however, to prompt winter weather watches and blizzard watches, but I have plenty more details on those in just a bit.
You get it all on Upper Michigan Sports Source. Throughout 2011, TV6 has been celebrating cool counties in Upper Michigan. Our final cool county being featured this month is Menominee County. Watch your TV6 News for special features on Menominee County and go to UpperMichiganSource.com to discover more about Menominee County. And if you live in Menominee, tell us why you think it's so cool. Menominee County, one of the cool counties of Upper Michigan, only on TV6 in December.
A lot of strong weather headed our way this weekend, enough to prompt winter weather watches and even some blizzard watches out in the northwest by the National Weather Service, valid Saturday night into Monday evening. As for tonight, however, things should be relatively calm, light winds becoming a bit more southwesterly with some mostly cloudy skies, colder temperatures. Tomorrow, again, more mild conditions with a little bit of sunshine, winds light out of the south with some warmer temperatures actually. It should actually be the warmest day out of this upcoming week. For 5-day forecast, things being changing a good deal on Sunday, cooling down an awful lot with a lot of snow for New Year's Day.
A nice calm Saturday and then lots happening in the next 2 days, Sunday, Monday. That's
certainly what it looks like, so anybody outside should be prepared for it.
All right. Thank you very much, Dustin. Cases of acid reflux are increasing, and experts say obesity is to blame. The story starts us off, and tonight's Looking Out for You. Researchers in Norway studied over 30,000 people and found the prevalence of acid reflux has risen almost 50% in 10 years. They say the number of people who are obese is the main factor behind the spike. They also found an increase in a rare type of cancer linked to acid reflux. Men and women of all ages saw a spike, but the most severe symptoms are among people who are middle-aged. Women who experience extreme stress in their second and third month of pregnancy may have babies born preterm and fewer baby boys. Researchers from NYU analyzed the birth certificates of all babies born between 2004 and 2006 in Chile when they had a disastrous earthquake in 2005. They found women who were in their second and third month of pregnancy who experienced the quake were more likely to have a preterm birth, and the number of baby boy deliveries went down nearly 6%. Experts say male fetuses may be less likely to survive a stressful environment in the womb. Athletes who submerge their bodies into a freezing chamber after a workout may recover faster. Researchers in Paris tested muscle recovery treatments on 9 well-trained runners. They tested 3 methods: whole body therapy shown here, where the body is exposed to temperatures as cold as 160 degrees below zero, far infrared radiation similar to a sauna treatment, and no treatment at all. They found the freezing therapy allowed the participants to recover from intense workouts faster and accelerated the healing process.
Celebrate your engagement by attending The Bridal Experience. The Bridal Experience is Upper Michigan's premier bridal and trade show. It's a day of fashion and fun as the area's top vendors help you prepare for that once-in-a-lifetime event. It all happens Sunday, January 8th at NMU's Great Lakes Rooms. Admission is free, but please call Dan's Bridal and Tuxedo to pre-register. The Bridal Experience, Sunday, January 8th at NMU.
Now! It's time for our Youpers on YouTube video. Tonight we do a little sled dogging. Let's take a look. You can see these 6 dogs are pulling a sled with 2 people on it. This video was shot a couple of days ago at Snowy Plains. Looks like a great way to spend the afternoon. Remember, we want your videos, so if you have some on your camera or cell phone and would like to see them on our newscast, visit our website, uppermichigansource.com, and upload them to YouperTube. Or from your cell phone, address the message to share@youpertube.com. Two fatal accidents prompted our Fox UP Facebook fans to ask, where are the most dangerous roads in the UP in the winter? Well, many of our fans felt Glasses Curve on M553, the rock cut on US 41 between Harvey and Marquette, and County Road 424 in Iron County are the most treacherous. The Marquette County Sheriff's Department says all roads are dangerous, especially if drivers aren't operating appropriately for conditions. But there are many who do slow down and drive cautiously, and they say they feel pressured to speed up by other drivers.
I would tell the people that are driving according to conditions, just, continue doing that, less likelihood that you're going to be involved in a crash.
MDOT does study every road to see if any improvements can be made. If that's possible, they'll apply for funding. Still to come tonight on Fox UP News, the results of our Daily Pulse question. Would you support efforts to raise the minimum wage? And in our postcard from the UP, some scenes of Marquette.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Culligan.
It's time for the results of our Daily Pulse question. Tonight we asked, would you support efforts to raise the minimum wage? Here's how you voted. 60% of you said yes, while 40% said no. Kate Messino commented on our website, I think that the federal minimum wage should be at least $10 an hour. With everything going up in price, the only way the poor will ever be able to get out of poverty is by being able to earn more money. David Fusi also commented on our website, a raise in the minimum wage just increases costs for a small business. It's basically a pay cut for employees already working. Making an employer pay a higher minimum wage decreases their ability to hire. Instead of 2 to 3 jobs at $7.50 an hour, you get one new hire at $9. Thanks to everyone who voted and commented tonight, and be sure to vote in our next Daily Pulse question. You can find the Daily Pulse on our website, uppermichigansource.com. Dustin, another look at weather?
Well, definitely, certainly quite a few interesting things headed our way. Saturday for New Year's Eve should be relatively pleasant, except later in the evening, a little bit of snow early on. But Sunday is the real main event. We have a lot of snow headed our way, especially with some lake enhancement, which particularly always western portions. We've had a really higher and warmer than average December, but as early as it is in January, things should be relatively a little bit more colder and snowier.
Good news is nothing major problems coming our way on New Year's Eve for everybody who's going out.
I think it should hold off long enough for most festivities.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much, Dustin. In tonight's postcard from the UP, we leave you with some scenes of Marquette. Thank you so much for watching Fox UP News. Join us again Monday night at 10.